Oh my god, I am literally blushing. Everybody, and welcome back to another video of Olivia. Hi, my name's Bree. Stay for a while. So obviously you clicked on this video because we're going to do another 24 readathon. Did a bunch of these on my channel before. You can go check them out and then come back and watch this. I'll just watch this first and then go watch them. That makes more sense. Usually I like to do a little theme for my 24 readathon, but the theme of this 24 readathon is just getting through books because I am so behind my reading goal for this year that I just need to get through as many books as I can. And even though I believe in quality over quantity, I still want to get at least a little bit closer to my reading goal. So the goal for this video is to just read as many books as I can. Now, if you haven't watched one of my 24 readathons before, I've tried a bunch of different ways, but the way I like to do them is 12 hours one day, 12 hours the next day, or as many hours as I can each day, because your girl needs her sleep, okay? I cannot function without any sleep. So we're gonna try and read for as much as we can today. It's currently 12:25, so if we can read to at least 12:30, 1 o'clock tonight, I'm good at that. We can do 12 hours today and then 12 hours tomorrow. Grab yourself a little drinky drink. I've got myself a hot chocolate because my hands are really cold, so I needed a really hot drink. So grab yourself a drink, come back, and let's do a 24 readathon. Oh, that's so good. Before we get into the video, let's go through my TBR for this video. I like to set myself little TBRs so I can like choose from them. Obviously we're not going to read all of these books because I do not read that fast, but I like to have a little TBR to choose from, so I'm just going to go through them quick fire with you. And if you haven't noticed, they're quite short books. There's no long books here because, as I said, the goal is to get through as many as possible. But first on the list, we've got Assistant to the Villain. I wanted to read this for so long, and it's quite a short book. It's like just over 300 pages. So we could hopefully get this done in this vlog. Oh, the writing's really small though. Ooh. And then we got the second book in the Kingdom of the Wicked series. So this is Kingdom of the Cursed. And this isn't that short. This is like almost 500 pages. Oh no, it's about 450 pages. But I am really intrigued to see what happens next in this series. And then we got the shortest book of the bunch. We got Half a Soul by Olivia Atwater. I would probably read this in this vlog because I've wanted to read it for so long, and it's under 300 pages. It's the perfect read for a 24 readathon. It's quick, it's snappy, we love it. And then we've got a romance, which is Live Love, I was gonna say Live Ranch Love by I'm a Lucy. This came out recently and I haven't read it yet. I've recently just received the book in my She Made It book box. I'm very excited to read it. I don't know what to expect. I've heard a bunch of mixed things about it, so I'm intrigued to read it and form my own opinion. And then we've got the Shatter Me book. I really want to make a start on the Shatter Me series, and again, this is just like a shorter read, and I really want to start making a dent into my Shatter Me series because I'm doing a massive clear out of all my books. The Shatter Me series has been on my TBR probably the longest. I need to read it. I need to form an opinion, and if I don't like it, then I can get rid of them. I can sell them on or give them away or something. I don't know why we've got we got two cowboy romances going on. We got Holding the Reins by Paisley Ho. I picked this up in the works. I don't know what it's about. I don't know any of the tropes other than there's a cowboy romance. That's all I know. And then we got A Good Girl's Guide to Murder. I don't know whether I'll read this in the 24 readathon. I'm not too sure. I feel like it depends where my head's at because I feel like this is going to take a lot of brain power, and in a 24 readathon you need something quick, easy, brainless, and this is going to require a lot of brain power, but we've got it there just in case we feel like switching up the genres. And then last two, we're quite romance heavy, I feel like. Oh no, we're about equal, to be fair, with the genres. And then we got Collide, which is my friend's favourite hockey romance ever. And I've read a lot of hockey romances, I've read a lot of sports romances, and I'm intrigued to see if I will love this. I've wanted to read it for so long. It says, if you love The Deal and Icebreaker, you love this. Okay, I think I'm going to enjoy this. I really think we're going to read this. And then we've got a Stephanie Atcher book, which is That Kind of Guy. I'm finally making my way through Stephanie Atcher's like back catalogue, and this is a really short book, so I'm very excited to read this. I have no idea what it's about. Don't know the tropes, don't know anything about it other than Stephanie Atcher wrote it. So these are all my books. This is my TBR for this video, and I don't know where I want to go in first. What should we read first? I want something short and sweet that will just get the ball rolling, you know? I think I'm gonna go with Collide, just for the fact that I'm fresh-minded right now. I'm not feeling down or anything like that. So I want to read this with fresh eyes and a fresh mind because I really want to enjoy it. And I feel like if I'm reading it late at night, I'm not going to be concentrating as much and might not love it as much. So we're gonna go in with Collide first, and hopefully we start off strong. So finally, let's get into the video. We are 1 hour into the challenge. It's a little bit later, if you couldn't tell. We started this just before 1 o'clock, but I forgot that I had a bunch of vintage parcels that I needed to send off, and they are like coming to the last days, and I've got work coming up, and obviously we're gonna continue the 24-hour readathon tomorrow. I had to take a few hours to pack up my vintage parcels and send them off, and I had to go food shopping and things like that, and finish off another vlog that I was doing, and then upload the footage. But anyway, so I've been switching between the book and my Kindle just for the fact that this is really small. Like the writing is really small, and I just found myself taking forever to read like a page. Okay, so I'm on page 42, which is kind of good. 42 pages out in an hour isn't too bad, but I feel like the more I read on my Kindle now, the more I'll like catch up a bit and I'll be able to get a bit more done. But what I've gathered so far is not much. It's going well. So it follows Summer and Aidan. Now Summer has like this project that she has to do to get into this grad program. Obviously it's a college romance. She has to write this assignment, and she's doing sports psychology, so she gets paired up with Aidan, who's the captain of the hockey team, to help with her project. And that's kind of where I'm up to so far. They've got a bit of banter. The banter's going well, like the back and forth is going good, but there's like something else deep going on. So Summer is she doesn't like hockey, so she didn't want to be paired up with Aidan for this project because she doesn't like hockey, but there's something like more deep rooted in it because we don't know what it is yet, but she like has like a fear of hockey, but it's like something like that. And I hope that it's not spicy because if you know me, I don't like loads of spice. I really don't. I like a little bit of spice, but not a lot of spice. So I'm hoping it's not like spicy. I've decided since doing this vlog, obviously we're not going to be able to read for 12 hours today because it's 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, it's 5 o'clock, and we've only read 1 hour. So I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to change this 24 readathon to every time I'm reading I play the timer, if that makes sense. So every time I read I play the timer. So this vlog could go on for like 3 or 4 days, which I think is good. So I'll pick you back up tomorrow and like read for as much as I can tomorrow, and then I got work on Wednesday, but I'm off in the evening, so I can read some more Wednesday evening. So I think that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do it that way. I think I did it that way when I read the 2 Crescent City books. I can't remember what 24 readathon that was, but yeah, I'm gonna get back to reading now. I thought I'd just update you. I'd like to do an initial 1 hour update for you guys of like where I am. I feel like with that initial 1 hour update, I can see that I've read 42 pages, so I can kind of get a gist of how long it's gonna take me to read this book. But hopefully I can get a bulk of this done tonight. I really wish that I didn't have a bunch of stuff to do earlier and I could have read for those 12 hours straight. Things get in the way, life gets in the way, we can't all have it all. So let's continue reading. Sorry for the jump scare, you can obviously tell it's a little bit later now, but where's my phone? I need my phone. It's about 8:30 now and we've been reading about 2 hours and 40 minutes. That took me a lot longer than needed, but we've been reading for about 2 hours and 40 minutes and we are up to page 126, chapter 70. 15, and there's not much to update you on. Like, they're just sort of like going back and forth right now, like much going on. We're starting to get like the feels a bit. We can see like Aiden's getting a very big like jealousy streak in him, and I'm kind of here for it. I was like kicking my feet, giggling. I was like, ah, yeah. And Summer's starting to like let her guard down a bit when she's around him, which I'm loving. Like, you can see that she's a really strong character and she's got a lot of barriers, and I just can't wait for Aiden to break them down. At the minute, sitting at like a 3.75, could be potential to be 4-star. I'm not like fully connecting to the characters, and I don't know what it is. And I feel like sometimes when you like don't connect to the characters, it can be really hard to like stay focused on the book. I don't know why. I think it's because I'm having a hard time like visualizing the characters and like the book itself. I think the writing is sort of like jumpy, and it's like not allowing me to like really immerse myself in the story and like picture everything that's happening, if that makes any sense. I hope it does. But I've obviously got a long way to go. I'm not even halfway yet, but I am going to stop reading for the evening because I have got some editing I need to do. I need to make a thumbnail so I can upload a video. But yeah, I'm going to stop reading for the evening, and I will catch up with you guys tomorrow when we do a bit more reading. Hello, so it's a few days later since I started this vlog. I think I started this, I don't even know when I started this. I honestly don't. I'm sorry, Cece, did I disturb you? I honestly don't know when I started this. Oh, do you want some attention? Ah, your clothes. Anyway. Oh, you can't have this. It's hot. I'm sorry. Yeah, I don't even know when I started this. It feels like a lifetime ago. I ended up having, so I was meant to have a day off after when I started this vlog to do my 24-hour readathon to be able to get like a bulk of the reading done. But I ended up having to pick up a shift. I didn't have to, but my manager was like, can you please pick up a shift? And I was like, okay, I will. So I ended up picking up a shift, and then I had like my actual shift that I was meant to do, and then yesterday I had a day off and I was meant to do a bulk of reading yesterday as well, but I didn't do any reading yesterday because Mother Nature decided to pay me a visit. So I was bedbound literally all day because my pains were horrific, and I know the majority of you over here are all females, so you know what I mean. You know how hard it can be. Cece, what's the matter? Can you get out? No, I don't think she can get out. Periods were just really bad yesterday. Like, that first initial day is always so just like painful, and it's like terrible pains. All day I was just curled in a ball. I tried to do some reading, but I just like, it was giving me a migraine just like looking at my Kindle, and then I couldn't like hold a book because I would have to like sit up a bit, and I just needed to be like in a fetal position all day. We're still reading Clyde. I've read for a bit this morning. I've been like food shopping and stuff this morning, got up, got ready, had my breakfast, and it's currently 12:30 right now. We've got 20 hours and 22 minutes left on the timer, so we are hoping to get a big bulk of reading done today. I have got a night shift tonight, so we're not going to be able to do a whole lot because later on in the day I am going to have to sleep to prepare for my night shift, but I have technically then got a day off today and tomorrow, so we can do a big bulk of reading. I think I'm off on Monday as well. So we can do today, tomorrow and Monday, and hopefully this is where the bulk of reading can be done and this video won't continue on for like a whole ass week. Because I feel like I want to do like a big bulk of reading when I do these 24 readathons, not just like hours here and there. Otherwise the video would literally go on. Like, if I did an hour each day, that would go on, oh my god, that would go on for 24 days. Like, that cannot happen in this vlog. We're obviously still reading Clyde, as I mentioned. I'm on page... where's the book? Reading on my Kindle this morning, and I got up to chapter 24. So we last left off on chapter 17, which is page 126. Okay, so page 24 is 176. So we've literally read bang on 50 pages this morning, and I think we read for about an hour, but we're almost halfway there, and we've had our first little spicy scene, and I am really enjoying it. Like, it's a good book and I'm enjoying it, and I'm like invested in the story and the plot and stuff, but I'm not like invested in the characters. Like, I'm not connected to the characters. Like, I can look at some of my romance books in front of me and say like I've been truly invested in the plot and the characters, and in this I feel like I'm just invested in the characters. I'm just invested in the plot, not so much like the characters, and I don't know why. Maybe there's something about the characters. But sometimes like in the first book of a series I'm not that invested in the characters, but like maybe as I read more books in this series I'll find myself being more attached to the characters. I think I was kind of like that when I read The Deal by Elle Kennedy. Initially The Deal wasn't my favourite. Like yeah, I did love Garrett Graham and Hannah, but they became my favourite more as I read on in the series, and you had like cameos of them in the other books, and I think like that's when they became my favourite couple out of the Off-Campus series. So this could kind of be like that, if that makes any sense at all. In my head it made sense. But I've done what I needed to do for the day. I've got my little hot chocolate because it's absolutely freezing. Like winter is truly here in the UK right now. Like it is freezing here. I went out this morning in literally just my leggings and like this cardigan and like the t-shirt, and I was walking to my car shivering. I was like, yeah, the coats are gonna have to make an appearance soon. It's so cold. Like so cold, and my house is really cold and we don't want to put the heating on. Like there's no one here at the minute, it's literally just me, and I'm like, I don't want to heat the whole house up and there's just me here and I'm just like sitting in my room. So there's no point putting the heating on when it's literally just me here in my room. So I'm gonna put my heated blanket on and my fan, heat my room up, drink my hot chocolate and read my book. The vibes are immaculate. I am literally blushing. Like, it's so awkward what's happening right now, but I'm also blushing because it's so freaking cute. Donnie's definitely sleeping with the professor, 100%. So we've completed Collide. Let me tell you some of my thoughts. Let me take my bookmark out. So we finished. Oh, Stacey, off there. I got a video uploading. I've got my laptop like slightly open because I've got a video uploading to YouTube, so she was gonna climb in and shut the laptop. So yeah, I finished this yesterday. I finished it roughly about 5 o'clock, something like that. I've literally more or less finished this bang on 7 hours. I've got 17 hours and 3 minutes left. I remember the last time I spoke to the camera, I said that I wasn't like connecting to the characters, but did that change? Like I found myself just like giggling and like kicking my feet, and like I found myself being really connected to like the side characters as well. What's his name? Is his name Kian? I can't remember, but I found myself being so connected to the side characters and to these two main characters as well, and I just loved it. I rated it at 4.25. It was a really good book. Like, Cece, what are you meowing for? But I forgot my train of thought now. I can't remember what I was saying. But yeah, really enjoyable book. I really loved it. It did take me a bit longer to read, like 7 hours. I don't even know what my average reading time is, to be honest. But when I finished it yesterday, I literally like just put it down. I went to sleep because I had my night shift last night. So I literally had a little nap as soon as I finished reading at about 5 o'clock, and then I got up, got ready and went to work. I didn't read anything yet last night in work because I was literally editing a video that needed to be up for today. But it's currently 4:20 on Sunday, the day after my night shift. I had a little sleep this morning. I've done some like admin bits. Now we're gonna move on to our next book, which I don't have a clue what we should read next because we've got 17 hours left. I want to read a good bulk today. I want to get, if we get like 5 hours done, I'll be happy with that because that means we'll only have 12 hours left, which we can manage. But I don't know what we should go with next. I can't even remember what was on my TBR. I think I wanted to go in with one of these two next. So Assistant to the Villain or Half a Soul. because I feel like I need some sort of like fantasy, but I don't know what I'm feeling. Is this YA? I think I'm gonna go with half a soul, just for the fact of if I can get like 5 hours done of reading today, then we can complete this today, because this is under 300 pages. This is 278 pages, so I'm gonna read this today so we can get this done and dusted, and then we can move on to something else. But I do know it follows Theodora, and she was cursed by a fairy, and it's set in like Regency England times, and the curse was that she has half a soul basically. She has no feelings, she can't feel any fear, embarrassment. The male love interest is Elias, and he claims that he can help her with the curse. Enter the world of this enchanting debut historical fancy where the only thing more meddlesome than fairies is a marriage-minded mother. Okay, I'm really excited for this. I feel like it's giving Bridgerton vibes, but like fantasy. We love. This is gonna be a really quick read. Really, really quick read. So let's just get into it. I have to start wearing my glasses again because I cannot see a thing and my eyes are really hurting me. I literally never wear my glasses. Like, I think I've worn them maybe twice ever in a video. I literally never wear them, but I should, because my eyes are literally hurting me, like behind my eyes, killing me, and I keep getting really bad migraines, so you'll be seeing a lot more of these, unfortunately. I literally have the very posh Bridgerton voice. They're like, please take that back. Like, in my head, I have Hermione Granger's voice playing in my head when they speak. So it's a little while later now. I'm on chapter... I started listening to the audiobook when I was like going in the shower and stuff. I think I listened to like 2 or 3 chapters. So I'm on in the middle of chapter 10. Okay, so I'm on page 130. I've got literally like 100 pages left of the book, and to be honest with you, I am so bored. Like, so bored. I thought this was going to be so good, but it's like nothing's happening. Like, I thought there was going to be this girl with half a soul that didn't have any feelings, and she was like going to be this grumpy, moody bitch of a girl basically, and then we were going to have this like man come and help her. But we haven't got... It's not that. It's not that at all. Like, I don't understand what is going on. Follows, like, obviously Theodora, or she goes by Dora. She's the one with half a soul. She was cursed by a fairy years ago, and he took, like, half of her soul. And they now go into London being... What's the word called? It's like they're being brought out into society to find a husband. If you've ever seen Bridgerton, then you know what I mean. We have like the male interest, which is, what's his name? Elias Wilder, and he is a magician. He is like the crown's magician, so to say, so he has like magic abilities. I don't really know. Like, I honestly don't know what is going on. I don't really know what his abilities are. Like, the world building isn't there, and I'm really confused, like, what's going on, and there's not really much going on. So we've got like a subplot. Obviously the main plot I thought was going to be trying to get her soul back from the fairy, but it's not. The main plot is there's a plague going round, and Elias is trying to work out what's causing the plague, and he thinks that there's some sort of like magic element to it, so he's trying to use his like magic to work out what this plague is. That's basically what the plot is, and that's not what I signed up for. And I thought that Dora was gonna have like no emotions whatsoever. She's got emotions, like she feels things deep down, they're just not like present, they're not like presented there like up here. She feels them deep down, so I'm just like, it's not what I'm expecting, you know. And I know like it's a really short book and there's not much world build. There's not going to be that much world build up. Why can't I speak? There's not going to be that much world building, but at the same time I'm just like, give me something, because I don't know what's going on. I really don't, and I just don't find myself like connecting to any of the characters at all, and I think I'm just like powering through right now. So I've got like, what time did we start this timer? We had like just over 17 hours left, so we've been reading for about 2.5 hours. We got 14 hours and 35 minutes left, so we're reading for about 2.5 hours, so we've got like another 100 pages left, and I don't think I can do it. I honestly don't. I think I might continue. I think I might listen to the audiobook while I read along. I think that might help a bit. If it doesn't help, then it might have to be a DNF, and we might have to move on to something else, because I don't think I can continue with this otherwise. So it's obviously the next day, obviously. I look completely different to that last clip, but I wanted to speak about this a bit more because I feel like last night I wasn't really making any sense, but I've had time to like think about it, and I've like written my review and stuff, and I just wanted to like speak about it more because last night wasn't making any sense at all. I wanted to say like why I disliked this book, because so many people have said that I was gonna love it, but I think the reason why I didn't like it is because, in my opinion, I just found like the characters really unlikable, especially the main character, Dora. She was just like very insufferable, to be honest, and I think I was really disappointed with that because I did really want to see her like character development and see her like grow as a person and get these emotions back and stuff, but we didn't have any of that. I feel like the plot progression was really lacking, to be honest, and just like everything about it was lacking, like the love story, the plot, the side characters, the world building, everything was just like lacking. And I know that it's like a short read, but like there's a big bulk of pages here at the end that's like a different, like a novella, so those pages could have been used to actually develop a bit more of the characters or the plot, and I feel like we just lost a lot of everything because it was trying to be like snappy and quick paced. And I think the only reason I'm giving it 2 stars is because the premise of the book is a good idea, it was just executed really badly. That's my thoughts on this. We've got 13 hours left on the timer, so we're gonna read for a bit now. I have got a video I need to film in a bit. I need to pre-film my December TBR, so I've got to film that in a bit, but we're gonna finally start Assistant to the Villain. Really excited to read this. Apparently it's meant to be like a comedy, like a rom-com fantasy, which I'm excited for. What I think is, we got Evie and she's employed as the assistant to the villain, like the villain being her boss, and I think he's a love interest, so like workplace kind of romance, because it says one job don't fall for the boss. So if she's the assistant to the villain, villain being the boss, villain being boss being love interest. Does that make sense? Yeah, that makes sense. But let's just read for an hour, maybe 2 hours. We'll see how we get on. I want to get a minimum of 6 hours of reading done today. So if what's like half of 13? Oh no. Oh guys, I just cancelled the timer. Okay, I think I had like 13 hours. We'll just go 13 hours and 20 minutes. I think I've added a few minutes onto that. If we can get 6.5 hours done today, we'll only have 6.5 hours left, which is good because I need to get this video completed. But we could complete this today in 6.5 hours, because how many pages is this? Literally just over 300, so 6.5 hours to read this sounds good to me. I think I might read her on my Kindle because the writing is very small, like it's tiny. I might like switch between the both, but I think I'm predominantly just gonna read it on my Kindle, so let's get reading. I love referring to a map. Like, some people don't even like look at the maps, but I refer to the map so much. I like to know where people are and what they're doing and how far things are. I remember when I said I've got all day to read and I was going to read 6 hours. I think I lied because that's not happening. This 24 readathon is going to go on for weeks, I feel like. I do fear. We've only read an hour and a half because I started this video. I read for like half hour and then we had to go to a house viewing because me and my housemates are planning on moving out and we had a last minute house viewing come up. So we went there, we went to go view another house as well, and then I came home and I read for another hour and it's currently 5:30 and I've got a video that I really need to edit because I've got work all day tomorrow and all day Wednesday and this video needs to be uploaded for Wednesday. I'm gonna have to take a pause on reading Assistant to the Villain, but I'm on chapter 10, page 71 and it's going good so far. It's alright. It's sitting at like a 3-star right now. Like it's a good book, you know. I'm having a fun old time, I'm laughing, I'm giggling, but like not much has happened. Obviously I'm only 70 pages in, so not much has happened, where I feel like we're just getting into like the depths of the story, but I don't think it's meant to be like this out of this world like fantasy with like this amazing plot. I think it's just meant to be like a fun old time, so I don't picture myself rating this anything above like a 4-star really, but at the minute it's at like 3-star. So I thought I'd just update you. I do really like the female main character, Evie. I can really like see myself in her in like certain ways, not always, but like certain ways, like the way that she's just a bit of like a scatterbrain, but also like really organized, and she's like very clumsy as well. I just feel like I can resonate with her a lot, but I'm still unsure on if it's YA or not. Like there's like some comments that you'd see like in a YA book, like they like skim over things and they like call things other things, but then like there's certain things then that makes me think that it isn't YA. I should just Google it. I should just stop trying to guess. Should we find out? So it's not YA. It says Assistant to the Villain is an adult book, but some say it reads YA. Yeah, so that's exactly what I was on about. Like there's some references in here that read YA, but then like there's some like other references that read adult. I finished Assistant to the Villain. Take my book back out. I finished it all on audiobook. So obviously I think I last left off when I was in work. I was going to work anyway, so I've been working the last few days. 3 days, 4 days, I don't even know what day it is anymore, honestly. I have no idea what day it is. I'm gonna give it like a 3.5 star. It was a good book. It was just like good, you know. There was nothing like wow about it. It's like that in between like palate cleanser book. Do you know what I mean? Like it's just one of those books that is just an easy read. There's nothing too complex about it. It's enjoyable. It's a grand old time. So that's what this book is. But I finished this and I've got 5 hours and 48 minutes left on the timer. I don't know what I want to read next. I can't even remember what books we put on this TBR, to be honest. So I'm looking at the books that I had on my TBR for this video. I don't think I fancy any of them. I think I might read. This is what I'm gonna read. I wanted to get back into the world of Caraval for so long and I finally can. I'm so excited. This is like a really short novella and the writing's like really big. Like really big. I honestly don't think it's gonna take me almost 6 hours to read this. This might only take me like 2 hours max, because a bunch of these pages are just like, they've got like illustrations and stuff on them, so it's not gonna take me that long to finish it, to be honest. But what I might do, because I really need to end this vlog, like it's been going on for a week now. I've been doing this 24 readathon for a week, but I feel like we've read quite a lot within this 24 readathon. We've read 3 books, plus we're going to read a little novella as well. I feel like that's what we've been doing. So I think at the end of this, even if there's like less than 3 hours left, I think I'm gonna end the video. But if there's like more than 3 hours left, then I'll obviously read another book and carry on the timer. But if there's less than 3 hours, then we're just gonna end on Spectacular by Stephanie Garber, because I feel like this is like the perfect end. god, I forgot about the nickname. Crimson. So we are an hour in and I'm on page 139, chapter 13, and I've literally got about less than 100 pages left. I can't do the math right now, but I'm not really enjoying this as much as I thought I was, because I thought this was just going to be like a fun holiday sort of, imagine like an epilogue but extended into like a little novella. That's what I expected this to be, and this is just given Donatella show. Like this is literally a Donatella book, little novella. That's basically what this is. And Donatella isn't my favourite sister. I much prefer Scarlet. Scarlet is my favourite. The Caraval book is my favourite out of the Caraval series, and this is just given like the Donatella show, and the storyline is just like the plot and the storyline is a bit like what is going on, and I know that's what Caraval is meant to be, like it's meant to make you think like what is going on. This doesn't make sense like at all. It doesn't feel like I'm reading the world of Caraval. I just don't understand what's going on. Like we've literally had one glimpse of Scarlet and Julian and I'm over halfway through. I'm just gonna like continue reading it, but I'm so upset about this. Like it just wasn't what I was expecting. It wasn't, and I'm so sad. Hey. Ew, don't know why I said that, that's disgusting. But I've decided I'm not going to finish the last, I think it was like 3 and a bit hours, just under 4 hours. Or was it less than that? I can't even remember. I finished this and I was just like, I need to end this video because it's been going on for a week. So this has been like a 20-hour readathon, okay? Because I decided to film a 24-hour readathon on the busiest week of my life, which was my mistake, I know. But I feel like we got through some good books. We got through 4 books, well 3.5 books. We got through 3.5 books. But we first went in with Clyde, obviously, so I'm just going to wrap all these books up, do a little outro for this vlog. But we obviously first went in with Clyde, and I love this book so much. I've been searching up when the next one of this comes out, and it comes out next year. I think it's the end of January, I think. I really hope we get a Kian book because I absolutely loved Kian in this book. He's one of the side characters. He's one of Aiden's best friends in like on the hockey team and stuff, and his character was so funny. I just loved him so much. So I really hope we get a Kian book. But I remember I said at the start like I was really struggling to connect to the characters, but then towards like 50%, maybe like 60%, I just found myself being like obsessed, and I was like hooked, and I cared about these characters. So I just think like at the start it was really slow, it was really dragging, and I found myself struggling, but then I just like something clicked and I was like, wait, I actually care about these characters and I actually really want them to have a happy ending. And then I rated it 4.25. I think it was 4.25, but I'll put the actual rating that I rated on the screen somewhere so you actually know, because I can never remember off the top of my head. But I love this book. It was a great start into like a new hockey world that I'm going to be obsessed with. I can already tell. And then moving in with Half a Soul, which I don't want to speak about. I despise this. I think I discovered that I do not like reading Regency at all because I struggled so badly with this. Like I was just expecting something more and we didn't really have that, and I know it's a short book. I would have happily read an extra 100 pages if we could have like delved into some of the stories a lot more. I know it's just meant to be like a fun easy read, but I like to connect to my books, and like you'll know from the next one, like I didn't connect to that book but it was a fun easy read. This wasn't, it's meant to be a fun easy read but it wasn't given fun easy read, if that makes any sense. All the characters were just so bland and so boring. None of them had any personality. But I think it's because the way it's written in the Regency form that you can't really get that connection to them. Like I can watch Bridgerton, I can watch the Regency like on TV. I've watched like a few like Regency TV shows and movies and stuff like that, and I can find myself connecting to those because I can actually see their personalities. But with this it's really hard to read their personalities when it's in that Regency form, if that makes any sense at all. But then we went in with Assistant to the Villain, and I loved this so much. It was so easy, it's so cute, so fun. Not much like plot. It was like a few little stories here or there, but I don't think the premise of this book is meant to be about the plot. I think it was meant to be about the characters, and it was just really fun, really easy. I am going to read the second book, which is Apprentice to the Villain, I think it is. But yeah, really fun, fun, really easy. I think everyone should read this. It's like a really good palate cleanser. It's not too heavy fantasy, so if you haven't read fantasy before, I think this would be like a great book to read if you're trying to get into fantasy. And then obviously last night I finished Spectacular by Stephanie Garber. I'm so sad about this because I really wanted to love this, but unfortunately I just it was just the Donatella show. That's all this was. This was just another part of Donatella, and I always find when an author is writing about two sisters or two brothers or two people who are like in a duo, one is always favoured than the other. I always find it in the Zodiac Academy, Tori appears a lot more and she has more of a storyline than Darcy does. And it's because Tori is favoured, and I feel like with the Caraval trilogy, Donatella was favoured. She had more of a plot and more of a storyline, and she was just more of a character, if that makes sense. So to have just like that extra installment of the Donatella show, I'm just like, ugh, because Donatella wasn't my favourite in the Caraval series. Scarlet was my favourite, and that's why Caraval book 1 is a 5-star for me and the rest are like a 4.5, because I really love Scarlet's book. But for this to be like another installment of Donatella was not for me. I thought we were just gonna have this fun cutesy little holiday installment, and we really didn't have that. Like, it was very Christmassy. It got me really excited for the Christmas, like to get into the Christmas spirit. But yeah, that was all of the books that I've read, and I'm really sorry that you probably at the start of this video thought we were going to be doing a 24 readathon, 12 hours then 12 hours, but we quickly came to realise that that was impossible for me to do, because obviously I already mentioned that I'm going to be doing Bookmas, so I'm prepping a lot of videos for that and doing a lot of editing, so to take 2 days out of my week where I'm just reading for 12 hours straight was impossible. And I think it's going to be impossible for me for the next few weeks up until Christmas. I might do a 24 readathon where I try and stay awake for 24 hours and I just read for like a 24-hour period, so like start at like 8 AM one day and then finish 8 AM the next day. I might do that because that's just sort of like one day that I'm writing off, because I do really love the 24 readathons because I get a lot of reading done, and it's one of those vlogs that's easy for me to film. It's like I can get books done really quickly, and yeah, I just have like a fun time just like seeing how many pages I can read in a certain amount of time. I think it's really fun. So I might do another 24 readathon before the end of the year, and it might be my last one. I might do it so as part of like my Bookmas videos. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed, and if you did, then don't forget to subscribe, give it a thumbs up, all the other jazz that I always ask you to do because you're a real one. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!